Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here, and welcome to episode number 8 of my Liverpool Youth Academy project in FIFA 14 career mode. You can see here, this is what I really want to showcase it. I want it to be the key thing behind the matches. What you're going to see from this series, the matches, like the results, of course, goals and whatnot of my games. And then secondly is going to be these youth updates. That's what it's mostly going to be. And you see some English talent right here, which I feel is realistic to bring to the table. Jake Clark-Harris, I think that was his name. He's had decent potential up to a 94, so it will be interesting to see how he develops. And I will be doing these, showing you the squad monthly report so you can see how we are going on with our talent that's going to be coming to the team in the near future. Some very, very talented, high minimum potential players. I always like to have the 70. As you can see, that's the mainstay with my players. The minimum potential is at least 70 or at least a very high 60. I wouldn't probably consider less than 67. To me, yeah, they have to be above 70 if they're going to be a really world-class level. I have some 60s in there, like you said, or like I said, yeah, the high 60s. I've got some of them in there because who knows, they might have high potential, and you got to give them a chance in the first team. You might as well take the risk of putting them in, and if they don't come good enough, you just let them go. With a big team, when you have a decent amount of funds, there's no real problem behind that. There's no real risk. That's what I mean. And here we're going to scouting some players. I've got my short list, but after a period, I think it's like 3 months or something, the actual report of their player expires. So I'm just going to keep these players on the short list. Players I feel that are realistic and good young players, but aren't overly popular. Of course, some are popular, but you've got to make the right decisions for your team as well. If there's a good player and he's a better option than another option, clearly, but if they're the same, if there's not too much different, I'll sign the not as popular guy. But if there's a guy that's going to help the team and other people sign him on YouTube, I'm still going to sign him. I'm going to do the best interest for the team, especially as I'm not doing amazingly, even though if you watch this game, we're going to just continue to improve on our results, and it's going to be or hopefully anyway, I haven't even played it, so I don't even know myself. Hopefully the second half of the season, we can make a run into the top 4. I'm really excited to go play it. Over the weekend, I'm not going to be playing, so I have to, because I'm going to be busy. But yeah, I'm really anticipating over the next week or so to play it, to try and get into the top 4 and qualify for Champions League. So hopefully you can just pray for me to get some good luck. But yeah, you'll have to wait for that to happen, and I'll have to wait as well. But here we have a very important game. This is what I mean. Even Arsenal, they're not doing amazingly like us at the minute, even though they're above us by quite a few points. They're not in the top 4 where you would expect them to be, because Manchester United is dominating right now, and City as well, Chelsea. And you see the camera is a bit here just because how Arsenal's pitch is, or Arsenal Stadium. It's, yeah, the camera angles change in this year's game just depending where you're playing, which is a bit weird. As they put in a cross, and look at that, Theo Walcott wins a header, back post. I'm not sure how many times you would see that in real life, but nonetheless, that happened in the game. And for whatever reason, he doesn't want to. Does he support Liverpool or something? That's the only thing that would have came to my mind. I'm not really sure, but he didn't want to celebrate against Liverpool. I'm not sure if that's a feature in the game, but anyway, I know it's a celebration. Maybe he just did it for some unknown reason. So here, it was a very tough match. Arsenal, I'm not sure, well, I assume I wouldn't be the only one, but Arsenal, sorry, I should say. Arsenal are really hard to beat in the game, teams that play that passing game, because you have to be patient, because they're going to they are patient, so you have to be patient in terms of winning the ball back, and I like to press a lot, with my formations. So it was hard against Liverpool. Why do I keep saying Liverpool? I'm Liverpool. Yeah, it was hard being Liverpool in this game against Arsenal, because look at that, total domination, really, really hard to come back from that. But the thing is, it was only 1-0. That was a positive sign. I could always get that goal, and I tried the KSI lob through ball there, but unfortunately, Sturridge couldn't finish on his weaker right foot on that occasion. But as I lose my voice, anyway, moving on. The positive sign is we could still be in this game. These away matches against other top 4 teams, it'll be okay if I get a draw. And there is a possibility of that happening now as Danny Sturridge comes up with another goal. He's really dominating now. He's scoring more goals than Suarez. He's been a crucial player for me, and Liverpool, I really want to be Liverpool because of Suarez and Sturridge. I can score a lot of goals with them, and you see Suarez actually assisted it. That's what I mean. I don't think I've said it too much yet, but Suarez hasn't scored as many goals, but he's been assisting, he's been creating, and that's what I like from Suarez. And it's good to have similar players in the team that can play that role. Like Iago Aspas, he's similar. He's a very good passer, and he's a striker, and he can create as well. And Luis Alberto, the more younger type who can grow, potential of 81. But saying that, Iago Aspas has a potential of 81 also. So we've got some players that can grow, because I've been talking about in previous episodes that my backup strikers aren't as good as other top 4 teams. Like I've said, Man City or Man United, Chelsea, whatever. But they are players that can improve and are very good passers. And the way I want to play with lots of passes and all of that. So they can do well. And Luis Alberto, Aspas, they score some goals here and there. I don't think they have so far. I think Alberto scored one. Aspas has found it hard to get in the team because, most games I have actually played Sturridge and Suarez. And if there's a situation in the future where Suarez wants to leave, because I've seen in the comments people saying in other careers Suarez wants to leave. So if that does happen, what do you think is the most realistic move from there? Of course, if the board, it's all up to them. If they just, if I have no control over it, maybe it's going to be just up to them. So if you see here right now, Liverpool, we're not too far away. Look, what are we on? 11 points? And Norwich or even Newcastle on 17 points. So we're not too far away. A couple wins in a row, we can get into that 6th position. That's why I said, into the second half of the season, if I can continue dominating, continue winning games, the second half of the season I can make that push to the top 4. Because we're not that far away from that 5th or 6th position. They're only like 4 or 5 points, even though we're sitting mid-table. That's what I mean. We get a couple wins, we're pushing up. And look, Danny Sturridge up to 84 overall. Suarez up to 89. That's very good, especially if, for whatever reason, he may... Like I said, I haven't played into that stage yet, but people have said he asked to leave. So if he does, please drop in your comments. What will be the most realistic option from there? Like, if I am forced to sell him and the board just accept the offer from Real Madrid or Barca, which those are the teams he would normally go to. I noticed from other career modes I play anyway, when I see Liverpool, they don't have Suarez, and I search for which team he's at, and he's at Real Madrid most of the time. So... what will be the most realistic move? Just try and get another really good striker for him, because I don't want to drop. I don't want to get like a good potential young player like I've done with Mangala, or someone who's a low 80 has potential to be a high 80. So I want someone who's good already, but also a realistic transfer. So who do you think is realistic to go for if we sell him in the future? But I don't want to. I don't want to sell Suarez. I want to keep him because you can see I really like strikers that can create goals for the other striker, like you saw in the previous game when Suarez assisted for Sturridge to get that equalising goal, which could be an important point. To pick up any points at all against those big teams, especially away, it's crucial to get draws. As long as I don't lose against them, that's a pretty good effort if you ask me, because I've always struggled against the top 4 teams, and you saw with the possession stats as well, I struggled. But here, this is where I need to win. If I win this game, I'll push up even more. I'll get closer to that 5th or 6th position, like I said, so I can make myself in a good position for me to make a run in the second half of the season. Maybe I'll make a transfer in January. There is definitely a couple players I'm looking to sell. I might as well tell you now. I'm looking to sell Joe Allen because I don't feel he's a strong player. Definitely, he won't be able to play as a strong player in those defensive midfield positions. That's what he's lacking, his strength. He doesn't have that, and he can't shoot as well. Those are 2 attributes I really like, especially in midfield: strength and shooting ability from the long shots. Whereas players like Gerrard and Henderson can do that. You've seen that from their ability. So that's something I want to address with my signing. So look to sell Joe Allen, maybe bring in a similar type. That is, it really depends where we need to reinvest. So Joe Allen, I think he's worth like 4 million. So I'll be looking to sell for him. And if you have any suggestions for around that 4 or 5 million when I get to that stage, if I do sell him, but if I don't, because sometimes you want to sell someone but you can't. Leave your comments for who to sign for around that price as Fulham come in and score a goal. I seem to be conceding goals first in a lot of games, and that always has been bad for me because they sit back after they score, especially when playing away and they're a lower team like Fulham. But that's where the difference has changed with this formation, 3-5-2. I always feel I can score, and I don't feel when teams sit back it's hard to score. Like previously, I found it hard. Like in previous games, like FIFA 13 as well, I found that hard. But with 3-5-2, I notice I can still play smoothly. Look at the passing here. Look at all the players back. Look at the space. That's what I mean. 3-5-2, create the space. And Johnson goes bang and hits the crossbar. That would have been amazing to score on his opposite foot. Great volley by a defender. But he has got good attacking attributes. I didn't want the free kick. I want to keep playing here. As you can see, Henderson, like I said, his ability, and he's going to showcase that right now. Goes bang on his left. and he equalises in the 37th minute. That's what we need. He's really showing good leadership ability, showing he can maybe take over the captaincy once Steven Gerrard retires, maybe in 2 seasons or something. We'll just see when he decides to do that. And yeah, he comes up with the important goals, like what Gerrard would do, stepping up, just coming into the box and finishing with an amazing hit that the goalkeeper stood no chance to save. So that is something. The positive sign for Jordan Henderson, and you saw with the squad report so far, he's already increased +2 up to, I think, 79. So he's already showing good quality as a player, but also in terms of increasing, already +2 this season. If he can replicate that and go +4 for the whole season, next season will be he can step up to a really key player. But again, I concede another goal late in the first half. Very deflating goals. I probably can defend better, but sometimes, like, when I play, I don't, obviously, like, some people say play better or something. Like, I'm trying my hardest to play good, and that's the thing. People say lower the difficulty as well. That's the thing. Professional is too easy. That's the balance is hard for me. Professional is too easy. I would basically win every game because it's too easy on professional, and world class is hard. It's not too hard, it's just hard. I'm getting, close results, as you can see here, but I'm slowly stepping up. As you can see, Suarez coming in, want to take a shot, couldn't. And then Sturridge finds it, finish on his opposite, which he's not really strong on. You know, he's only like a 3-star weak foot. His preferred foot is his left, of course. But he found the back of the net. That's what I mean. Consistently feeling we can get that goal back. But the problem is we need to be winning games. That is the problem right now. And we need to keep winning those games to go up the table. Like I said, we need to find the spark. We need to find the inspiration. And currently, the inspiration, up until this game, we didn't have inspiration really. Like, it was Henderson before, but to win the games, not just draw. But there was a situation here. Sturridge found Suarez, and Suarez really, really late in the game, 90th minute, and he wins the game for us. That is what we need. We need that determination. That is the thing we need. Suarez to win us games, combining with Sturridge like he always does, and he finds the back of the net in front of the crowd. That was a perfect situation right now. I couldn't have done better than that. Like, there was no better script to write. Suarez coming up with a winner at home in front of the crowd. Almost lost my voice there, but again, moving on. Suarez he's a key player. That's what I mean. If he sold Suarez, I don't believe someone else will come up to do that because he just has that instinct of scoring goals. But that's the problem. He's only scored 2 goals in the Premier League, but don't let that mislead you. He's created a lot of goals. A lot of the goals we've scored, he's been the one to come up with that for us, which he's been a good player, and that's why we can't sell him. It will plague me. Definitely, it might help us in some way, like in terms of getting a lot of money in. We could use that smartly. But if that happens, what I probably would do, I would probably make like 3 different signings of a low 80 overall, who's good enough for the first team, but not Suarez quality, but potential to be maybe a mid-80s or something. So I'm not sure if that would be better for the squad balance. Do you think it would? If we do eventually sell Suarez, we could make 3 signings, maybe around like 10 million each for a really high potential player, but that is good already. Like similar signings to the ones I made already in Mangala and Jan Mvia. So do you think that will be smart if I am forced to sell Suarez? I'm just planning. Like I said, that hasn't happened yet because I haven't played into January or the next season. I'm just saying, if that situation does happen, I want to see in the comments. So if I play up to there, I know like people have left suggestions, and I do want to be interactive. Some people think I wasn't interactive because I didn't want to hear comments of suggestions, but I didn't mean to sound that way. Basically, I just wanted to show you my own tips. I didn't mean to say I'm better than anyone else. I'm just saying, like, I want to show you my tips and to like help you. That's what I mean. Like, I wanted to help you. That's the only thing I made my videos for. So if you check it out here, Liverpool, we're on 14 points, and Arsenal's on 16 points. So we're only 2 points away from 6th. So that's what I mean. It's a bit misleading to where we are right now. We get a win, we could get up to that position, 6 or 7. So it's looking good right now. And if you want to see some more of this series, just drop your feedback for me to read. I love to read the positive comments, and I've got a lot of filters. So normally if you say I'm shit, it's going to be filtered out and not show. That's thanks to YouTube now. But anyway, drop a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.